MediVic Hub is a South African-based company that provides
Yeah.
technology solutions to the challenges encountered in the health sector. So
All right.
MediVic Hub has since launched its first app called MediVic app, and it's available both on Android and iOS devices. So the
Yeah.
application facilitates the meaningful conversations thanks to its secure live chat and video consultation capabilities between patients and doctors. So
Correct.
incorporated as part of it is an e-consultation function that enables document sharing, and this includes automatic sending of prescriptions. I have so many questions.
All right. No problem.
So today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be speaking to the CEO of MediVic Hub, Mr. Desmond Mahamu. So Mr. Desmond, please tell me, how did this idea come about?
All right. When we were under lockdown, myself and my other directors, which is Kirapetsi and Theronimnis, had a conversation to say that with this challenge with the pandemic, what can we do to ensure that we make a difference or come up with a solution? Because most of the citizens of South Africa were having challenges wherein they had restrictions in terms of movement. So we did a research on telemedicine. And then when we did a research on telemedicine, we identified that the Health Professional Council of South Africa has just allowed the use of telemedicine within the health sector in South Africa. That was the 26th of March.
Yes.
So we took advantage of that. We did more research in terms of telemedicine. I identified that there is a shortage in terms of apps doing telemedicine in South Africa, especially independent.
Yes.
So that's why we decided to come up with the MediVic app. And then initially coming with a name was quite difficult. So we called it, what's that? Medical video consultation, but it was too long. So we tried to, it was too long. We abbreviated the 3 words and then came up with MediVic.
MediVic. I was going to ask you how the name came about. But anyway, I've seen, going to pharmacies, I won't mention them by name, but I've seen them introduce similar methodologies, of having remote consultations. What makes MediVic stand out from these, conventional or, those tele conferencing or medical, solutions that are applied at these pharmaceutical or pharmacies, basically?
All right. And I've also not experienced them, but I will go after this interview to check. But in terms of MediVic, it's seamless, simple, and yet it is a robust application.
Yes.
When we designed MediVic, we had the end user in mind. I'll give an example. We have endeavored to accommodate all medical conditions. So we have around 24 specialties where inpatients consult whenever they have problems with that. So we have tried to accommodate the whole human body to ensure that we cover all the specialties. And on top of that, we have what we call a funds reservation function. In terms of the funds reservation, that's where we make sure that the patient's funds are protected until the consultation is done. And also that the practitioner is secured that they will get the funds as soon as the consultation is done. And then obviously we've alluded to e-prescription, wherein the practitioners can send the prescription directly to the pharmacist for collection or delivery on behalf of the patients. So it is seamless. These are some of the features within the app. So once you do consultation with MediVic, everything is within the app. You don't have to go outside the app except uploading the documents. For now,
I think that is awesome, and the only functions that I've seen at these other pharmacies is just that you can consult, and obviously when you leave there, there's the pharmacy, and then you can purchase whatever is prescribed for you in your prescription. But it seems like MediVic has kind of decentralized this. I don't have to specifically be at a particular place to do this. I can do it from the comfort of my own home, which is amazing. So for me, this looks like an Uber of medical practitioners, if I may put it that way. So my question is, how does it work? So for a practitioner, how do you vet them? How do you make sure that I'm not dealing with somebody that isn't a medical practitioner? What is there as checks on the app when the medical practitioner actually signs up as a service provider?
All right. Currently, the vetting process is manual. Okay. What we do, you go to the Health Professional Council of South Africa. All the healthcare practitioners must be registered there, or any other regulatory body in terms of the healthcare sector. So we vet that by going verifying physically, check their affiliation, check their membership number, and also verify if that practitioner is still active or not. So we're still doing it manually, but currently it is working wonders, because we did have bogus practitioners who were trying to register. And then on top of that, for this process to happen, we're giving practitioners a 48 hours waiting period, because before you can use, or not even before you can use, because before you can be accepted as a MediVic practitioner. So there's a waiting period of 48 hours. So that's done to ensure that we do the verification.
Okay, that's I think the closer you are to the process, the more refined the selection will be, and I think that's good. It kind of gives somebody comfort to say this process is vigorously scrutinized, and it's not an automated process where people can bypass it. But I just had a follow-up question to that. I know you did speak of MediVic encompassing the whole anatomy in terms of the practitioners that come onto the. But just for the sake of laymen on the street, what does that mean? What type of practitioners can actually use MediVic? I know, for example, a dentist. Can a dentist use MediVic for consultation?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. One thing I must mention is that MediVic, it's not meant for emergency medical conditions. Okay. Please let's note that. Okay. But then the kind of practitioners which you will get in the app will be, for example, your GPs, okay, which is your general practitioners. You will have pediatricians. Okay. You will have cardiologists. Okay. You will have also a practitioner specializing in lung conditions, or ear, nose, throat. I can't remember what those practitioners are called, but ear, nose, and throat. So there is quite a variety depending on what problems you have. But each and every condition which has to be consulted in MediVic must not be an emergency. We always inform or advise the practitioner to say that if you find out that the patient has an emergency condition, please advise the patients to go to the nearest medical center. Yes.
No, that's absolutely great. So for somebody that is a user of the app that is worried about their data and the sensitivity of the information that they give out during these consultations, how secure is the app, and how secure is my data on the app?
All right. No, don't worry. The data is not kept in our office. Okay. all the data, it's stored in the cloud through Google Firebase.
Okay.
Okay. And the data is encrypted within Firebase. That's number one. And then Firebase is compliant to the EU General Data Protection Regulation, which is GDPR, and also to POPI, which is the South African Protection of Information Act. So their data is very secured in that manner.
Okay. I won't find my data sitting with, I was just saying I won't find my data sitting with telemarketers and insurance companies trying to sell me products.
No. That's why we don't even have those questions when you register to say that, do you mind if we send telemarketers and things like that? No, we don't do that.
Okay. No, that's absolutely fantastic. I must say I do like the app. I've installed it myself.
Yes.
It's very easy to use. The icons are very visible. It's easy to, it's intuitive to use. So far, how many active users do you currently have, from a practitioner perspective and from a patient seeking, medical help?
Okay. Lebo, I'm going to be honest with you. Ne? The phenomena of telemedicine, it's quite new in South Africa.
Correct.
So both users from the practitioner side and the patients are still very skeptical in using telemedicine. So for now, as MediVic, we currently have around 45 healthcare practitioners and around 120 users. However, we are taking this very seriously because now we're embarking on an education drive in different avenues. We have appointed field workers who will go around. We've started in Mpumalanga and the Western Cape. They're going to different medical practices, inform the users, both the healthcare practitioners and the patients, about MediVic and the benefits and the convenience of using it. So the intake in terms of that has been quite slow, but we believe that in 2 or 3 months, people will become accustomed into using telemedicine.
I do agree. I mean, here I am working from home, and I kind of enjoy the perks that come with it. There's the downsides,
Yes.
but then there's the perks of you being, as a parent, being available for your kids and stuff. And I assume for a health practitioner, that would be something that is of interest to them, and for a patient as well. Being able to consult and I'm guessing there's no limited office hours to this thing. You can consult at whatever time.
Yeah, the whole idea, Lebo, is to have the service 24 hours a day, 365. Hence, with our phase 2, we are intending to appoint what we'll call in-house practitioners, but obviously don't want to be specialists. It will be more your GPs who will be in-house to ensure that the service is available 24/7.
Okay.
Yes.
No, that's very good to know. I know you've touched on this a bit with saying that you're gonna have in-house practitioners, but are there any upcoming features that people should look out for on the app?
Yes. We actually, phase 2 has a lot of exciting features. First and foremost, we have the council, which is the Health Professional Council, has always had reservation in terms of telemedicine. And why? It's because there's an issue of self-examination. They believe that the patient must be examined physically by the doctor. So what we're doing currently, which is in an advanced stage, we're coming up with a device wherein, as Lebo, sitting at your place at home, you are able to use this device to take your temperature. You can have a look at your eyes, nose, also the breathing, everything. And the data from that gets sent directly to the medical practitioner. so that whenever the consultation starts, already the medical practitioner has information about you. That's the first thing we want to do. The second one, I heard you saying you don't like this automated vetting, but for convenience, we would like to incorporate vetting automatically, but it won't take away the manual process, but it will fast track. Currently, it's easy to do it because we don't have a lot of users. But as the number grows, you will have to automate some of the features, and that's one of them. And then another one, currently what happens is that the practitioners have to upload the scripts and then send to the pharmacy. We want to have what we call digital medical scripts, so that they don't move outside the app. They do the scripts within the app and then send it through directly. And also, we're busy in talks with medical aids to ensure that we also accept medical aid payments, because currently MediVic only uses cash. And then also we want to do an automated link to the pharmacies to ensure that when we send, there's no paper trail or whatever, it goes automatically into their systems. You, as a user, you just get delivered without even going anywhere. So we will communicate on behalf of the patients. And obviously, I've alluded to the in-house practitioners. And another thing is, MediVic currently is using the mobile app. We want to also to make sure that you are able to use MediVic in your desktop, and then those are the features which we're thinking of in terms of phase 2.
Wow! Like this is a full-blown, end-to-end solution. I must say it's a brilliant concept, and it's not just the video consultation that is the unique selling point. It's the entire embodiment of me consulting and getting end-to-end service. I like what the application is going. I think my biggest question was, how are you going to give prescriptions? But I think you've answered that. And also, with consultations, you get there, you sit on the doctor's bed, they take your heartbeat, they take your BP and so forth, But nowadays we have, smart devices that are on our wrist and everything that can actually do that. I think this is an amazing app. I can't wait to fully, use the functionalities on the app, and hopefully, it will get the much needed success that, that it truly deserves.